Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life and health coach. And tonight I want to talk about cholesterol. And you think, well, you've talked about that before, but I'm getting more and more questions about cholesterol. Most everyone that I'm signing up for my challenge is on statin drugs. They're on cholesterol medication, or they have cholesterol that's elevated and they're concerned about it. I also have clients in my program, hey Wanda, that have high cholesterol and they're wondering, their doctor's recommending medication. So I want to clear up a few things tonight. Now, I'm not your medical doctor, so I'm not advising you to stop your medication or start this medication. Of course, you're going to discuss all of that with your medical doctor. But what I hope to do today is to give you some information so that you can make a better educated response for yourself to what your doctor's telling you, and even to ask him for additional testing. When they do just regular cholesterol tests, there's very often not enough information there. And so I'm going to talk about that tonight. So if you have questions, you want to ask me, just feel free to message me. I am in a launch right now. I'm getting ready to start a new challenge. In fact, it's already started. I signed up some people today. I'm going to be signing up people through the week. So if that interests you, you need to go ahead and make an appointment to get on a call with me. And you do that just by messaging me. And we'll set a time. I've got some videos that I want you to watch before we do that, because I don't sign up just anybody. I sign up people that are really ready to get their health back. They're not afraid. They're saying, okay, I'm ready to jump in. Okay, so let's get right to the subject. All right, so tonight I'm talking about cholesterol, and no wonder you have questions about it. There's so much information out there about, oh, my cholesterol's high, I'm going to have a stroke or a heart attack, or LDL and HDL, and what is all that? So I'm going to break it down really simple for you tonight, and just let you know that, first of all, I want you to know that cholesterol is not a bad thing. Our body actually makes cholesterol every day. And we make about, about 3,000 milligrams a day. And it's made mostly by the liver. And the purpose of it is to build a cell wall. It's to make hormones. It's for bile, for digestion, okay? It's to make vitamin D. It's to repair our body. So we need cholesterol. But what happens, and what people are concerned about, is when the cholesterol gets high. And usually when your cholesterol are certain numbers, it's because of you're eating too many carbs, because insulin is what drives that, okay? So we'll talk about that on another day, but for tonight, I'm just going to explain a little bit more about cholesterol. Okay. So when you're on the keto diet, which is where you've quit eating so many sugars, you've limited your sugars, you're limiting the amount of insulin your body makes, and you're eating more proteins and fats, particularly more fat, all right? And so you're going to be burning more fat. You're ingesting more fat, good fats now. I'm not talking about bad fats like vegetable oil, canola oil, soy oil. I'm not talking about bad fats. I'm talking about healthy fats. You're digesting them, and so when you digest them, they have to go through your body, and they have to go somewhere. So I'm going to explain to you now why, when you go on ketosis, you may or may not have an increase in your LDL, or in your total cholesterol. Okay, so most people don't. Most people have a drop in their cholesterol, particularly when you're fasting, but some will be hyper responsive and have an increase. Okay, so you're increasing your fat, you're burning more fat cells, all right? So what's in those fat cells? Triglycerides and cholesterol. That's what that cell, we're going to look at it like this, is made up of. And when you burn it, when you break it open, what's released is your cholesterol comes out, and it gets into your bloodstream. And so when you have your blood drawn, there it is. All right. So, but your body needs this cholesterol. It's important. Hey, Barbara, thank you for joining me. Okay. So what is LDL? So cholesterol is measured LDL and HDL, but neither of those are cholesterol. They are the transporters of cholesterol. So they show up on the scene to move cholesterol from one place to the other. So your LDL, if you can imagine, LDL is a boat, okay? And the function of it, most people don't even know this, all right? And so go ask your doctor, say, what does my LDL do? What is LDL? And if he doesn't know, then I would think you need to find another doctor, because it's really important if he's giving you a medication like statin drugs that have some very positive effects, but they have some very negative effects too, then he should know what this LDL does. But let me just say, the first function of your LDL, okay, is to carry energy. All right, it's going to be carrying your triglycerides, it's going to be carrying vitamin D, it's going to be carrying your cholesterol. That's what LDL does. So imagine it's a boat and it's a transport, it's a cargo boat. It's going to carry that to the cell for energy. So it's an energy transporter. So that's what this boat does. It delivers it to the cell. Okay, now what your LDL does, after the cell has broken it down and used it for repairing damage, it uses it for destroying pathogens, it acts as an antioxidant, it's just along for the ride. But once it unloads that cargo, then your HDL shows up, picks it up, and takes it back to the liver for recycling. So that's this exchange that's going on, which is an amazing thing to me that happens in our body. Now, when you've eaten more fats, is it any wonder that you're going to have a more need for more LDL? It's just your body's normal response, because the LDL, remember, is not the cholesterol, it is the transporter of the cholesterol. So if you have more fats, more triglycerides in your body, you're going to need it. So there may be a temporary elevation of your LDL, but it is temporary. Once your body makes the adjustment, then you're in good shape. So I want to just tell you that really your LDL is bringing your cholesterol to the cell for use in all of these things I told you over here, and your HDL is picking it up and taking it back to the liver. So it's just constant recycling. Now what happens in the first week of my challenge, as you lower your carbs, your complex carbs, your sugars, you're going to increase your fats, and you're going to actually be burning more fat. So you're going to be using fat for fuel, which is the best type of fuel. Your brain loves ketones. You're going to be making ketones. Your brain loves ketones. That's why people immediately say, I have more mental clarity. It's not just that you're quitting the sugar. You're actually using what your brain was created to use. I believe that we were created to operate in ketosis. Now, we do need to cycle out of ketosis every now and then, but that's every few months. So if you are interested in getting into ketosis and starting to burn fat, having more mental clarity, getting your cholesterol in a good range, then let me hear from you. Okay, so there's one more piece to this that I want to share, okay? So there are two types of LDL. Remember we talked about LDL? It's not a cholesterol, it's a transporter. But the particles themselves, they're A and B. All right, so A are the big particle LDL, all right? And so they're fluffy and they just kind of bounce along through your arteries and vascular system, and they're not really very concerning, okay? But your B particles are small and dense, and those are the ones that get stuck in the wall of the artery and cause stroke and heart attack and cardiovascular disease. And people that have high insulin, like diabetics that are taking insulin, or people that are eating a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs, a lot of bread, a lot of chips, a lot of things, potatoes, a lot of rice, a lot of things that are high in carbs, have more of these small density, small particles, okay? So if you're going to get blood work done, you need to ask your doctor. Don't just do a total cholesterol test. I mean, that's important to know, but really it's kind of the reserve cholesterol that you really need to know about, what's left over after you have measured these LDL and HDL. But you need to ask your doctor to do an NMR, a lipoprofile test, and this is a more accurate measure because it's going to actually tell you about your small particle, okay? So tomorrow, let me just tell you, tomorrow night we're going to talk about this a little bit more because it's very interesting. We're going to relate it back a little bit more to diabetes and high blood pressure and all of the comorbidities that go along with obesity, really. So getting your weight down, getting your body into ketosis, learning how to fast, how to cleanse and purify your body is what's going to do it for you, okay? So here's what I'm hearing. People that are signing up for my program, I saw my mom and dad go through this or that or the other, and I don't want to do that. Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you can get. But you can change that, and it's really not hard. You've heard my testimonies of my people. Once you understand the why and you change your story, then you can change your body and you can change your life, and you can get the energy that I have at 64. I mean, I have endless energy. I've been up all day going and doing, and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow's going to be another busy day, and I'm going to be signing people up, and I want you to be one of those people because I want you to change your life. I want the outcome. I want your end-of-life experience to be different. And my work in the nursing home, I see it every day. People are having an end-of-life experience that they did not anticipate. And they had no idea that it was what they ate that got them to diabetes, hypertension, knee replacement, shoulder replacement, high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack. All of those things are related back to what we're putting in our body. So there are two parts to my program. There's weight loss, but there's also getting rid of toxins and learning where those toxins are and how to get rid of them. So I can't wait to share that with you. Okay,